All right, this video is called Factor Leading Coefficient Greater Than 1. This is kind of the hardest kind of factoring. But you look at a problem like this and you say, well, they have nothing in common, so I can't do greatest common factoring. And there's usually a 1 in front of m squared, but now there's a 7. Ooh. All right, so here's how you do it. You can do this. Okay, I still make my chart, but now the multiplying is a times c. If you remember, ax squared plus bx plus c, this is kind of the general form of a quadratic. You multiply a and c, they multiply in the chart, and b is what you add to. So you're going to add the negative 22 in this case. We're going to multiply to 21. So I'm trying to think of things that multiply to 21 and they add to negative 22. And that's going to be 1 and 21. And they're both going to be negative, because they have to multiply to be a positive 21, but they have to add to be this negative 22 over here. Okay, so here's what I do next. Basically, I just broke up the negative 22. So I write 7m squared. I write the first term. And then I'm going to put one of these factors by m. I usually put the thing that looks like it has a common factor. So I'm going to put the negative 21 by the 7. Then I have to put the negative 1. Then I put the 3. Okay, and now you just factor by grouping. So I group it. I take a 7m out. I'm left with m minus 3. Well, the other thing is I want this to say m minus 3. So I'm going to take a negative 1 out of here. So take a negative 1 out. You're left with m minus 3. Here's how you write your final answer. M minus 3, 7m minus 1. Final answer. I'll do some more. Okay, here's the next problem. 3n squared minus 4n minus 4. So I can't do greatest common factor. They don't have anything in common. So I have to do this rule again. So I make my chart. I do a times c, 3 times negative 4. That gives me the negative 12. They're going to add to give me negative 4. This negative 4, the different negative 4, right? This guy. They're going to add to give me that. Okay. Factors of 12. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. All right, I think it has to be 2 and 6 because they're going to somehow give me 4. And I'm going to make the negative on the 6. Okay, so here's what I do. I write the first term. And I'm going to give it a common factor. So I usually just say, okay, it looks like negative 6 probably has a common factor. And I give these guys the ends. Then I'll put the 2, because I'm writing them both in the middle. And then the negative 4. So I write the first term, and basically I just split this negative 4 up into negative 6 plus 2. Okay, now, factor by grouping. Here we go. Let's group it. Group this. Take a 3n out. Divide the 3n. Oh, I like purple. All right. I'm left with a n minus negative 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then I'm going to take a 2 out, because I see these guys have a 2 in common. Cancel the 2 out. I'm left with a n minus 2. And how do I write my final answer? Okay, you think about it. Okay, so if you can see, that these are another common factor. I take them out, I divide them, I cancel them, and what's left over? 3n plus 2. Factor by grouping leading coefficient greater than 1. All right, you can do this. I'll do one more. Okay, 2b squared plus b minus 6. This is a b and that's a 6. Okay, so I'm going to do my chart. 2 times negative 6. Negative 12. And there's a 1 here, right? 1. Things that multiply to give me negative 12 and add to give me 1. Well, they're going to be 3 and 4. And it's going to be 4 minus 3. These multiply to give me negative 12. They add to give me 1. Okay, then I write first term, 2b squared. Then I'm going to write the 4 by it, because I know 2 and 4 have a common factor. Plus 4b minus 3b. So I just put these guys into the problem. Minus 6. Next step, factor by grouping. I just broke up the 1, right? That's all you do. That's all you're doing there, breaking up the 1 into 4b minus 3. It's just another way to write it. Okay, and take a 2b out, because that's what they have in common. Divide it, cancel one of them, so I'm left with b, cancel, 4 divided by 2 is 2. All right, what can I take out? Negative 3b minus 6. Take out a negative 3. You're left with b plus 2. And final answer, b plus 2, 2b minus 3. Good job. Awesome.